Camilo Spadaro, and we'll be doing a scene from All My Sons, and it concerns Anne, who is the girlfriend of the son of the guy who had the faulty airplane parts, and her next door neighbor, Sue, and Sue is giving Anne advice and also tells what she knows about Joe, the guy with the airplane parts. And we have Raina Gamino, who is playing Anne, and Kelsey Littleworth, who is playing Sue.
Is my husband home? I'm terribly sorry.
It's okay. I'm a little silly about the sorry.
It is getting dark.
Are you looking for your husband?
As usual. He spends so much time here that we'll charge him rent.
Nobody was addressed, so he drove over to the depot to pick up my brother.
Oh, your brother's in?
Yeah, they have to be here any minute now. Will you have a cold drink?
I will, thanks. My husband. Too hot to drive me to beach. Men are like little boys. For the neighbors, they'll always cut the grass.
People like doing things for the Kellers. Been that way since I can remember.
It's amazing. I guess your brother's coming to give you away, huh?
I don't know. I suppose.
You must be all nerved up.
It's always a problem getting yourself named, isn't it?
That depends on your shape, of course. But I don't see why you should have any problems.
Not by chances.
I'll bet. It's romantic. It's very unusual to me, marrying the brother of your sweetheart.
I don't know. I think it's mostly that whenever I've needed someone to tell me the truth, I've always thought of Chris. When he tells you something, you know it's true. He relaxes me.
And he's got money. That's important, too.
It wouldn't matter to me.
You'd be surprised. It makes all the difference. I married an intern on my salary, and that was bad, because as soon as a woman supports a man, he owes her something. You can never owe somebody without resenting them. That's true, you know.
Underneath, I think the doctor is very devoted.
Oh, certainly. But it's bad when a man always sees the bars in front of him. Jim thinks he's in prison all the time.
Oh.
That's why I've been intending to ask you a small favor. And it's something very important to me.
Certainly, if I can do it.
You can. When you take up housekeeping, try to find a place away from here.
Are you fooling?
I'm very serious. My husband is unhappy with Chris around.
How is that?
Jim's a successful doctor, but he's got the idea he'd like to do medical research, discover things, you see?
Well, isn't that good?
Research pays $25 a week, minus the laundry and the hair shirt. You've got to give up your life to go into it.
How does Chris?
Chris makes people want to be better than it's possible to be. He does that to people.
Is that bad?
My husband has a family here, but every time he has a session with Chris, he feels as if he's compromising by not giving up everything for research. As if anybody else and Chris aren't compromising. It happens with Jim every couple of years. He meets a man and makes a statue of him.
Well, maybe he's right. I don't think
Now, Darling, you know he's not right.
I don't agree with you.
Let's face it, dear. Chris is working with his father, isn't he? He's taking money out of that business every couple of years.
And what of it?
You ask me, what of it?
I certainly do ask you. You don't cast aspersions like that. I'm surprised at you.
You're surprised at me?
He wouldn't take 5 cents out of that plant if there was anything wrong with it.
You know that?
I know it. I resent everything you said.
You know what I resent, dear?
Please, I don't want to argue.
I resent living next door to the Holy family. It makes me look like a bum, you understand?
I can't do anything about that.
Who is he to ruin a man's life? Everybody knows Joe pulled a fast one to get out of jail.
That's not
Then why don't you go and talk to people about it? Go on, talk to them. There's not a person on this block who doesn't know the truth.
That's a lie. People come here all the time for cars.
So what? They give him credit for being smart. I do too. I've got nothing against Joe. too, but if Chris wants people to put on the hair shirt, let him take off his broadcloth. He is driving my husband crazy with that following idea of his. And at the age of my